Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and another Flutter tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to implement the car list and the car description screens, which include a 360-degree view of the car along with additional descriptions, as you can see in Figma. In the previous videos in this playlist, I create a project, did the initial setup and implement the onboarding, authentication, and the home screens. You can first watch the previous videos in this playlist or create a new project and watch this video. Let's get started. First, I create a feature called the car feature and add the required directories to the project. I create a directory for the presentation layer. Then within the presentation layer, I create two directories for screens and widgets. Now I create a new file for the car list screen. I import the material package and create a stateless widget class, and I add a scaffold and app bar. And then I go to the home feature and find the home screen, and then home tab, and inside the see all widget and inside its tab method, I add the code to navigate to the new screen that I created. And now I reload the project and then I'm taken to the new screen I create. Now let's implement the car listing screen together. For implementing special cards like the car listing cards, I use the fluttershapemaker.com website to convert SVG to Flutter CustomPainter. As you can see, first I click the SVG to Custom Paint button, then I click the Pick SVG file and select my SVG file, then use the Generate Code button to convert its Custom Painter, which I then add to my project and use. I back to the project and create a new file for the Custom Painter and add the generated code to it. Now in the page body, I add the list view builder and set its item count equal to the number of the listings I previously added to the project. Item count is equal to brand and name of cars dot length. Then I start implementing the item builder method. Inside it, I add a 16 pixel padding out top. Inside padding widget, I use a stack widget to display the card we created with Custom Painter underneath, with the car image and information appearing on top. Inside Custom Paint widget, I add a size box widget with height 176, inside which I place a column widget. And inside the column widget, I add a row widget with main axis alignment and cross axis alignment set, as you can see. Inside the row widget, I add more spacing with padding widget, and then inside the padding widget, I add another column, set its alignment, and set the space between items to 16. Then I add two widgets to display the car name and brand. Then I reload the project and you can see the output. Now let's implement this round button next to the list together. Inside the stack widget, I add the positioned widget and set its right and bottom parameters. Inside this widget, I add a circle avatar widget. According to the Figma design, I display an arrow icon inside it and set its color to match the project's background color. Color is equal to appcolors dot background color. I also styled the avatar widget. I reload the project and you can see the output up to this point. Great. Now let's implement the car rating widget. I create a new file called ratingwidget.dart, import the material package and add a stateless widget to start implementing it. First, I add two parameters, one for the car rating and one for the text display color. Now I add a row widget and set the spacing between items. Then I add a star icon exported from Figma and set its color to the project's primary color. Then I display the rating parameter. Now I return to the car listing screen and add the widget I just created. Add a padding widget with a horizontal spacing and place my rating widget inside it. And now I reload the project and you can see the output up to this point. Now let's display the car image. I add a padding widget and inside it a size box with height 105. Then I add the widget to the display car image. I've already exported the car image and added them as a list to the project. I reload the project and you can see the car image added to the app. Now let's implement the widget to the display rental cost. I create a new file and implement the required widgets there. Now I return to the car listing file and add the widget I just created. Add a padding widget and inside it I call the price widget. I reload the project and you can see the result. Alright, as you can see, I've added the app bar to this screen and push all the code we've implemented to GitHub. I'll include the GitHub link in the video description. Now let's implement the car details screen together. I create a new file for the car details screen and add a stateless widget to it. Now I go to the PubSpec file and add the required package for the display in 3D car models. I run the pubget command to fetch the package and wait for them to download. Now I create a new file for displaying the 3D car image. I import the material package and add a stateless widget. I return to the car details screen and add the widget I just created. Now I go to the main page to link it to the details screen. I reload the project and enter the empty car details screen. Alright, as you can see, I've exported the files needed for displaying the car and other required files from Figma and added them to the project. Now let's implement the 3D car image display widget together. I add a SRC parameter to the widget and pass the 3D model file path to this SRC parameter. I return to the 3D display widget and add a controller for the 3D view. Then I create another variable called theta with a value 25. Now I add a column widget and set its alignment. Cross-axis alignment is equal to cross-axis alignment dot center. Inside the column, I add a size box with height 2000. Then I call the Flutter 3D viewer widget from the installed package. As you can see, I set parameters like SRC, progress bar color, and other parameters. Now I implement the unload method and call the set camera orbit method. And passing my desired values. You can refer to the package documentation for more details. Finally, I pass the controller I created to the widget and reload the project. As you can see, there's an issue displaying to the 3D file. Let's fix it together. I go to the Android manifest file and the use color text traffic tag inside the application tag and setting its value to true. I run the project again and wait for it to launch. Now I return to the detailed screen and you can see the result. Great. Now, according to the Figma design, I add left and right arrows and a 360-degree indicator. I reload the project and you can see the result. Very well. Now let's implement the description section together. I add a padding widget to create horizontal inner spacing. Then I add a column inside it to display the description text. As I mentioned, I've already copied the description text from Figma and pasted into the project's data files. And now, as you can see, I styled the description text. Now I add a row widget and set its alignment. Main axis alignment is equal to main axis alignment dot space between. Then display the technical specifications text and car rating inside it. Font size is equal to 16. And now I call the rating widget we created earlier. I reload the project and you can see the result. As you can see, we need to improve the spacing. So I adjust the spacing and reload the project again. Now let's implement the technical specifications section according to the Figma design. I create a new file, car spec widget, import the material package, and implement the structure to display an image with title and value as you can see. Now I return to the detail screen, add a row widget, main axis alignment is equal to main axis alignment dot a space between, and call the technical specs widget I just created. As I mentioned, I've already added the required image to the project. I place the image and copy the required text from Figma. Finally, I reload the project and you can see the output. Excellent. Finally, let's implement the rental cost section. For this section, I'll use the scaffold's bottom sheet parameter. I add a container widget with height 145 and give it color and border radius matching the design. Color is equal to appcolor.card color, and border radius is equal to border radius.circular diamonds.corners. Now I add 16 pixel margin on all sides. Then I add a column widget and do some spacing. Inside padding widget, I add a row widget and adjust its alignment. Main axis alignment is equal to main axis alignment dot space between, and implement the car rental cost section inside it. And finally, add a button for renting the car. I reload the project and you can see the final result. Thank you for watching, and if this video was helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and like and share the video and hit the bell icon to get notifications for future videos. I will see you again in the next video.